Hello everyone, friends. Today we will play a very cute musical game. To find out what's in my room, you need to like and subscribe. Come on, I'm waiting. Well, 3, 2, 1.
There's a puking pomni here today.
Are we really going to make music here? Okay, I really like this option. Let's try to make some really cool music.
I wonder what sound that green guy makes. I think he must be cool. Just listen to him. It's the sound of some kind of maracas or something like that.
Okay, now I think we need to add this little sun here. Maybe it makes some cool sound.
Let's listen to it. Oh no! Let's remove it. I feel like it's turning our cool track into some kind of children's song. I don't like it at all.
This red guy looks pretty aggressive. What kind of sound will he add to us? Yeah, I really like that drum sound.
Computer. But what sound can it add to us? Well, I think we should hear it. Oh, it adds some very funny voice that sings a cute song.
We're definitely keeping him. And now we need to add this guy with the Daft Punk mask. He should give us a cool sound. But in reality, this sound isn't very cool. But nevertheless, we'll keep him.
I think we have a pretty good song. Now we've added this white sun. I wonder what sound it makes. No, it makes some kind of barking dog sound. I don't like it at all.
By the way, I don't see anything wrong with making a cute children's song. I think it could sound pretty cool. Now let's add that weird purple demon.
Oh no, I definitely don't like the sound of it. I thought it would be more aggressive. I think it would be better to add a robot sound here.
Yeah, I think the robot sound fits here perfectly. Now let's add something else. Maybe this hat sound?
The sound of a hat? But how can it sound? It's a hat. I don't get it. Oh, it turns out it's a whistling guy. Well, actually, that sound fits here pretty well. And I think we'll keep that too. And we'll replace that red demon with something else.
I don't even know what sound to add here. Maybe we should make this guy blue? Oh, it turns out that's the sound of the choir. But it makes this song really more aggressive, and I think we'll keep it.
It's weird that we're trying to make this song aggressive. I think it's almost impossible if we keep leaving this computer in the center because it's trying to make this song cute.
Why did we add that purple demon again? His sound is really terrible. I think we need to add that bucket here. I think it should make a really cool sound.
I wouldn't call this sound cool. Rather, it sounds weird. Well, I think we need to try swapping these guys. Maybe depending on the color placement, the sound changes too? I think it should work that way.
And now we will need to listen to how our compositions will sound fully. But I think that we will need to try to add all possible colors here.
I think there are still a lot of colors here that we haven't tried. I think we need to try this yellow color. This sound is really the weirdest. I don't think it fits our song perfectly.
Yeah, I think it should be removed too. It sounds really weird, but it looks like Jax likes this sound and keeps listening to this song. Okay, I think now he needs to decide what new sound he'll add to replace that gray guy.
Guys, to be honest, I don't know if this yellow guy is needed here or not, but I think just in case I'll remove him from here and add the orange guy here. I hope he will sound cool.
It looks like this guy is adding some kind of drum sound. That sound sounds awesome. Wait, what happened? Oh no, my God. We added that black hat and it just got creepy as hell.
Oh my god, this really looks as creepy as can be. Oh no, the sounds in this game seem to be really creepy. Just look at that guy with a drum cymbal on his head.
In my opinion, it looks really creepy. But to be honest, I like these sounds much more than the previous ones.
I agree with you. The sounds of this game are really cool. But I think it's the atmosphere that looks as creepy as possible. I really wouldn't want to be in a place like that.
This place is truly the creepiest. Just look at all those eyes and faces. My God. Did you even notice that the guy standing second has a symbol instead of half his head? It's truly disgusting.
But just listen to this song! It really sounds cool! It's like a soundtrack to some really cool horror game. I would really like to hear this soundtrack completely finished.
Oh my God! This music and the atmosphere here really scares me. Just look at everything that's going on here. All these images look as creepy as possible, and the sounds they make are also as scary as possible.
It's probably strange, but I also like this music much more than the music we made before. By the way, there is some kind of gallery here, and it seems to me that in this gallery there is just a huge number of some strange, incomprehensible pictures.
Oh my God, these pictures really look creepy, but I think we need to see what's actually here. I think this gallery was created by some mentally ill person. Okay, let's get back to making music, and I don't even know what sound we should add.
Damn, I think I might have a panic attack from this music. It's seriously some kind of crazy. But I think we still need to hear all the sounds that are in this game because we didn't just get here for no reason, right?
I think if we stay here for a long time, I'll start to go a little crazy because this atmosphere is driving me into a really terrible state. Wait, did it also seem to me that everything started to lag here? God, this is really terrible.
By the way, it sounds like a soundtrack to Hotline Miami or something like that. I feel really creepy in this atmosphere, but for some reason I like it. It's quite possible that it's because I really like horror games.
I'm really starting to get scared by everything we see. Just look at all these images. And those creepy eyes in the background, they really scare me. It seems to me like they're looking straight into my soul.
In fact, I really want to look at all the possible sounds. But every time we switch something, it starts to scare me more and more. It seems to me that this sound is already atmospheric enough.
No, I still want to hear more possible sound options in this game. I think we can create some cool combination from all the sounds that are here.
I feel like I'm going to wet myself soon from all the sounds we hear here because it all really sounds really creepy. But by the way, when we added this sun with an eye, it helped to slightly dilute this creepy atmosphere with a positive piano.
We don't need positive sounds. We came here to listen to all sorts of horrible, creepy sounds or something like that. And by the way, wait, is that really a tree? But what does it even sound like? I want to hear it separately.
Let's try to hear this sound separately. I think it will be interesting. Oh no, it's just some very quiet ambient sound that is not very scary. Well, okay, it seems that now our composition sounds not perfect. We need to try other sounds.
I wonder what sounds from them we haven't tried. Wow, just look. That yellow guy looks really scary. The way he clicks his teeth is especially scary. And by the way, that guy in the hat who was whistling before is now standing here with a bullet wound in his forehead.
I am very scared of this sight, and especially very scared of this pink bunny because she reminds me very much of me, but the female version. Lord, I am extremely scared to look at all this, and I want to get it out of here as soon as possible.
Okay, it looks like we've seen almost all the possible sounds except for that weird eye. I think we should try it. Oh, it turns out this is the same sound that was here originally. It's kind of extremely quiet and stupid. It seems to me that this sound is absolutely not interesting to us. This is also some kind of extremely quiet ambient.
Okay, I think we've listened to all the sounds available to us, and now I think we should get out of this game as soon as possible because I think I'm starting to go crazy.
Okay, I think we've listened to all the sounds available to us. And now I think we should get out of this game as soon as possible because I think I'm starting to go crazy.
Hello everyone, friends, and today we will play a very scary new game about the zoo.
Scary game about a zoo? That sounds stupid. How can a zoo be scary? There are so many different cute animals in it.
I don't think zoos can really be scary because there are so many different predatory creatures living in them. Maybe this game will be somehow connected with predatory creatures?
In fact, all this time this guy was explaining to us our duties in this zoo. And after that, he injected us with some very strange serum, because of which we began to feel quite strange, and he carried us to our workplace. We decided to speed up this moment because it was really quite long and tedious.
Okay, it looks like we are finally starting our walkthrough. We found ourselves in some room and there are a lot of different objects here.
It looks like there is some very strange toilet here. And it looks like someone missed it when they decided to go to the toilet for a big one. It looks pretty disgusting.
Okay, it looks like we're about to get down to our actual duties. Now we need to grab some food and bring it straight to this cart so we can transport it.
Okay, we need to take 2 herbal packets and 1 vegetable block. I think they should be somewhere in this fridge.
It wasn't that hard to find them. Okay, now let's take these briquettes and load them onto this cart. I think this cart will help us carry all these briquettes onto the train.
Okay, we've got the last brick, and now it looks like we need to take this cart and take it straight to this train. Wait, what was that? It was some kind of really creepy sound, like some huge animal slammed into this door.
It seems like this guy's face remained absolutely unshakable and he tried to calm us down. But in fact, this whole situation in this zoo makes me very wary. Where have you ever seen a zoo that has trains?
Okay, we finally got this thing here, and now, as I understand it, all this food will be stored in a special compartment until we transport it directly to the enclosures with the animals that we need to feed.
It looks like now we'll go straight to the enclosures. Okay, now I think we'll need to visit the giraffe enclosure, so let's set our train to the right station and go there right now together with this bearded guy who doesn't inspire confidence at all.
It looks like we have finally arrived at the necessary station. In fact, I still can't understand why this zoo needs this train. How do people even travel around this park and have time to look at all the animal enclosures if we even need to use this train?
Okay, it looks like now we need to cut these briquettes and we don't need that much food at once for these animals. Okay, that sounds pretty logical. And now we need to see the food standards for them and try to cut off exactly the right amount.
I didn't think that in this game there would be so many activities that we need to do. But now we need to visually determine how much to force in order to get a briquette weighing 3.5 kilograms.
It seems to me that visually it is really quite difficult to determine, but I think that it is necessary to make a little less than half of the briquette. Excellent, we did it. And now we can go further. We made a small error, but I think there is nothing wrong with that because thanks to this, the animals will just eat more than they need.
In fact, so far nothing has happened in this game except for a scary atmosphere. Okay, we cut these briquettes a little unevenly, but I think there is nothing wrong with that. Well, our internship at the new position is going quite interestingly.
Now we need to drag this cart with all these tools straight to the enclosure. Okay, let's do it right now. It's pretty weird that in this game we have such weird responsibilities.
In general, I am very surprised by the fact that in such a huge zoo, only one person is doing all these things. It seems to me that at the very least, this zoo should be divided into some groups of animals for which one person should be responsible, instead of one person servicing all the enclosures at night.
Okay, we finally got this cart over. By the way, just look. Now we're going to be in the giraffe enclosure. I've never seen a giraffe in my life, but I'd really like to see one. And by the way, there are some posters painted on the walls, but I don't really want to waste time studying them.
Oh my god, just look at this giraffe. He looks really cute. He even lowered his head to say hello to us. Well, okay, now we need to find a place to put their food. There must definitely be some kind of giraffe feeder here.
Great! Here's the feeding area. We finally got there. Now we need to put all the food here so that these guys will go here and start eating it.
Great! They all gathered here together to eat. Apparently these animals were very hungry. Okay, now we need to look at our next buildings and go to their implementation.
Okay, we're done feeding the animals and now we need to get some new tool. It looks like we'll be using this tool to clean up all the excrement in this enclosure. I'm starting to like this job less and less, to be honest.
Oh my god, are we really going to do this disgusting stuff now? Okay, looks like we really are going to have to go around and pick up excrement all over this place. Oh my god, this looks so disgusting.
Just look at these cute giraffes. My god, I really like them. They have very cute faces, and in general, I have always been amazed by these creatures. How can you even live with such a long neck?
I really hope this is the last of the poop because this task is really starting to tire me out quite a bit. Great. We finally collected all the poop, and now we need to get to the next rank. To do this, we need to get this tool back, and now we need to take the temperature imaging system.
I think this thing looks like it can be used to check the temperature. Okay, now we need to find where we can place this device in order to check the temperature of these giraffes.
Guys, have you forgotten that we are actually playing a horror game? And so far, nothing nasty or scary has happened in this horror game. It seems to me that this game is even starting to relax me because here we are watching cute animals.
Okay, let's start measuring the body temperature of this giraffe, and I think he's fine. He looks pretty healthy. Now we need to move this thing and measure the temperature of these two fats. Oh no, the giraffe lying on the ground has a high temperature. It looks like he's sick. Well, now we know which of these giraffes is really sick.
Okay, now we are leaving this enclosure and it looks like we are going to take some action now regarding this giraffe that is sick. I think we need to cure him somehow. I think now we need to go and make some medicine for him. Damn, this game is really very cute and it seems to me that absolutely nothing terrible can happen here.
Wait, seriously? We need to analyze this giraffe's poop to find out what's really going on with it? This game really takes animal disease diagnosis very seriously. I think it's really cool.
Wait, is that blood? I don't think there was any before. What happened here? Oh my god, this guy showed up so suddenly. Did you see? He teleported here, and it was accompanied by a scary sound.
Looks like now we need to start making the medicine. We need to make the medicine called Tempralax. Oh my god, this game really has too much attention to detail. I feel like very few games have that kind of attention to detail.
I am also very surprised by this. Well, okay. It looks like we were finally able to make this medicine, and now we need to use it to cure this giraffe.
Now we need to take the tool with which we will inject the vaccine into this animal. But it seems to me that most of all, I would like to vaccinate this pot-bellied guy because he scares me the most. I would like him to stop appearing so suddenly once I did earlier.
Okay, now we're inside this enclosure. And now we're going to have to vaccinate one of the giraffes. I remember this giraffe's name, so now we just have to find him among all the others. Okay, great. We shot the vaccine dart into him, and now he should definitely be on the mend. That's great.
Now we have to go back to the building where our main workplace is located. I think that the internship is over, and now we know all our duties in this zoo very well.
Okay, we're back, and now it seems to me that our internship is finally over. Well, the most important thing is that we were able to cope with it, and nothing really terrible happened here that could really scare us. Okay, this guy is leaving, and this means that now we are left here completely alone, and we have duties that we need to fulfill tonight.
I think this car is way too cool for a zoo owner, don't you think? Okay, now that this guy is gone, we'll have to get out of here. Wait, do you hear that sound? Someone is knocking on the door. Oh my God, that was so creepy. But it looks like it was our wife who was accompanying us to the internship.
It seems that she is very worried about us being locked here, and we need to calm her down somehow. To do this, our main character says that we are currently having a divorce at work. He takes a meat briquette and gives it to his wife so that she can feed the children. In fact, this is very nice, but it seems to me that doing this is a bit illegal.
Okay, Mrs. Wife. We brought you meat. Let's give it to her, and I hope that at least this night she will be calm, because it seems to me that she is worried about us in vain. Although, in fact, quite a lot of different incomprehensible events are happening here. But nevertheless, I don't think that something can happen to us here.
Okay, I think we did a really good job today, and I really liked this game. I really hope that our subscribers also liked this game, and they will like it and write about it in the comments. And if they really like this game, then we will continue to play it with them. And now let's move on straight to the next game.
Hello everyone, friends, and today we will play the second part of this extremely strange horror game about subway surfers.
In the last part, we tried for a long time to kill the final boss, but finally we did it. Well, okay. Now we have a guitar again, and it looks like with this guitar we can hit something.
It looks like we can try to knock out some interesting items from these characters. But by the way, unfortunately, we can't interact with them using the guitar. Okay, there are a lot of different comments painted on the walls, and it is quite possible that they can be useful to us.
Kane, I think you should stop recording gameplay with us while you're flying in a helicopter. Or what's that weird sound you're making? Okay, the system message told us something, and after we hit that weird announcement, we got 1 coin. Now we need to figure out where we can use that coin.
To be honest, I don't really know where we can use this coin, but I think we definitely need it to move on. Besides, there are a lot of strange characters here.
These characters do look weird, but they're actually just regular skins of the main character from Subway Surfers. And by the way, there's actually some Mario in there. Okay, look, there are similar ones ahead of the Grabatron. We need to use it.
Are you really calling this thing a Grabotron? That sounds as weird as it gets. Okay, let's use this coin to get what's inside this thing.
Wait, what is this? Is this a chicken? But how can it help us? And by the way, I hope that it is not the chicken that died at the very beginning of the game, because otherwise I will feel very sorry for it.
Now we need to figure out where we can use this chicken. But to be honest, I have absolutely no idea where we can figure out a purpose for it. It seems that this is not exactly the item we need, and we should try to look for more coins in this game.
I think we should use the guitar. Great. After we hit this comment with the guitar, we got coins. It looks like we need to go near each comment and hit it. And it is quite possible that for this, we will get a huge amount of coins that we can use in this machine with toys.
Okay, I think we need to beat all the comments that are in this game. Let's do it. And then we'll try our luck in this toy machine.
I think this is a great idea. And we've already earned 6 coins. Okay, now I think we should run to that toy machine and see what else we can get. I really hope we get something really useful.
Bro, stop making that voice. You don't sound like a pirate at all. And by the way, we just got a cucumber out of that toy machine. Honestly, I can't imagine how we could use it. By the way, I think the same thing about that really old phone.
Guys, stop arguing. I think we need to spend all our coins first and see what we get in our inventory. By the way, we just got headphones and we also got some weird wrench.
I absolutely don't understand what we can do with these items, but I think we should spend the last 2 coins. And by the way, we got soap, and now we'll spend the last coin. For this coin, we got a gamepad. Okay, now I think we should try to somehow interact with other characters using these things.
I think we need to give this Mario something from the items we have. And by the way, he liked the wrench. After he got it, he went somewhere, and now we need to figure out what we can give this guy who sits at the computer.
It's really weird that he doesn't like any of it. Wait, seriously? Oh, he liked the soap. Okay, looks like he sat at the computer for too long and started to smell bad. And by the way, we just gave That's Us headphones to the dancing guy. And now we're down to the last 2 characters. And it seems to me that none of the items suit them. Looks like we haven't knocked out all the coins yet.
We need to get to that weird comment. Okay, you're right, we really haven't gotten all the coins in this game yet. I think we need to find another 2 coins somewhere because there are still 2 characters left.
I don't quite understand. Where can I find the second coin? Oh, look! We just managed to get it! Okay, now we definitely need to spend all these coins in this machine. And by the way, just so we get a hand, I think we'll give this hand to the zombie, and we'll give this pill to that weird green levitating guy.
Actually, this pill is a reference to the movie The Matrix, if you suddenly didn't understand. Because initially when our character approached him, he asked him if he wanted to get out of the Matrix. Okay, we gave all the items to these characters, and now they are gathered in one row.
I wonder what's going to happen now. It looks like they're all going to fight the final boss. Let's see. Wait, seriously? All these guys turned into one giant guy in shorts? Okay, that sounds and looks really dumb.
In fact, the logic of this game is extremely incomprehensible. It seems to me that I will never be able to understand it. But I admit, honestly, it is quite funny for me to play this game because it is very unusual to see the world of the game Subway Surfers in such a setting.
I really want to know when this guy will actually stop swearing. And by the way, we've now entered some location where we need to run very quickly under these wagons. And by the way, there are numbers written under some of these wagons, so guys, be sure to remember these numbers and their sequence. It will be very useful to us in the future.
I hope that Jax remembers all these numbers in sequence, and by the way, it seems to me that he is currently maximally concentrated. Therefore, I think we should not distract him with our empty talk.
Do you really want us to just sit there and watch him play this game? Honestly, I don't really like this idea. Let's just continue discussing what we see on the screen the same way we always do.
For the first time in my life, I agree with this crybaby. We really need to keep running forward, and by the way, it seems to me that there is still one last carriage ahead. I really hope that it won't crush us and we will be able to reach the final door of this location.
Yes, we really need to run forward now. Great! I really hope that Jax remembered all these numbers because I couldn't do it.
I think you don't have to worry about that because I noticed how he was staring at all those numbers. Great. We were finally able to open that gate and now we're moving on.
I really want to know what is in the next location. Oh, it seems to me that our character slightly forgot the line he was supposed to say. But now we got to some small trailers and it looks like we need to press the buttons that are on them.
It seems to me that everything in this game is absolutely surreal. Have you ever seen carriages that have a button on the side to open the lid on top? Personally, I have never seen anything like that. And in general, it seems to me that it looks very much like some kind of coffins. Because of this game becomes extremely creepy.
Guys, I understood the point of this game. In fact, we need to open all these cars and look for a pair for each car, like the game we had in childhood where you just need to look for 2 identical objects. I think it will be pretty easy.
And in my opinion, you have really big problems with your memory because you really make mistakes very often. It seems to me that I've already seen a huge number of pairs, but you are starting to forget what the carriage that we are pairing should look like.
In fact, this mustachioed head that jumps out of this car does not scare me at all. It looks extremely funny and also screams funny. Okay, I think we need to continue exploring all these cars in search of a pair for each of them.
Oh my god, I'm really starting to get annoyed with how dumb Jax is at this game, because I already know exactly where the pairs are for most of these cars. But by the time he tries to remember them, I'm going crazy.
Guys, stop distracting him! The more you talk, the more confused he gets. Although I understand your feelings perfectly because I also see how stupid he is.
Oh my god, Jax! Can you really be that stupid? This is absolutely impossible! You have already approached these cars a huge number of times, and you continue to do it again and again! I think I am really going to go crazy soon!
Okay, guys, let's just keep watching this. Oh no, what's going on? Oh my god, it turns out we can't open the cars that have the little cars in them, because if we find a match for them, we'll be destroyed right away.
Okay, it looks like this test will be a little more difficult. I really hope that here we will find all the pairs that we need and will not die. And by the way, just look. It looks like we found a pair for Shrek, and because of this, we got the key.
Wow, you are right. We actually got a key for this. This is very unexpected. And by the way, don't you think it's weird that Shrek is even in this game? He absolutely shouldn't be here, and it really pisses me off.
Oh no! Oh my god, that chicken car that's going to explode right in front of us! Oh my god, this is starting to piss me off so much, I can't put it into words! Okay, now let's try to beat this level again. I hope we don't have any more trouble with it.
In fact, Jax was very slow in this game for a long time, and I think at a certain point we really started to get angry at him because when we tried to tell him something here, he constantly started to aggress at us in response, and after that we had to calm him down. So we sped up this whole part of the gameplay, especially for you, because for us personally, watching this was sheer torture.
Oh my god, I finally found all these keys. Well, now we can finally go to that main door and open it with the 4 keys we collected. I thought this test would last forever for me, and we played this game for a really long time. And now I think it's time to move straight to the next game.
Oh my god! I didn't think they used bad words in this game. It really pisses me off, and I think it shouldn't be in games.
I totally agree with you. I think this is absolutely not childish content. God, this is really awful. Let's try to defeat this boss as soon as possible.
Looks like we'll have to beat him up with a guitar. Oh my god, he's calling these little dogs to help him. Okay, we were able to fight them off.
I actually didn't want to beat them up at all because they look pretty cute. We need to try to hit him somehow. Oh wow, look. After we picked up that blue boost, this guy starts to freeze.
It seems like every time we need to pick up boosts and then attack him because otherwise he simply doesn't take damage. Okay, now, the tactics of this fight are pretty clear to us.
I hope we won't have any difficulty defeating this boss. And by the way, when we pick up this boost, the dogs he summons also disappear.
We will definitely need to use this advantage because it really helps us a lot. Okay, now let's try to fight off all these dogs and take the next boost.
These dogs don't actually look evil. They look pretty cute, but they do quite a bit of damage to us. Well, okay, we managed to get to this boost. Now we need to keep attacking this guy.
In fact, the battle with this boss comes quite difficult because each boost that we pick up gives us the opportunity to deal only 3 hits. Wait, what? Are we really dead?
Looks like we'll be fighting this boss a few more times today because he's really quite tough. Okay, now we need to fight off the dogs and then wait for some boosts to appear here.
Finally, we got a battle against a really difficult boss, because defeating him will really not be as easy as I initially thought.
Sometimes I get the feeling that this guy is really immortal because we fight him for a long time, but we still can't beat him to the end. Well, okay. It looks like we just need to watch out for the boosts that appear.
It's not that easy, actually. What do you think? Because the controls in this game are really disgusting. Well, let's wait until the next boost comes out. Oh no, we died again.
Well, it looks like this game is going to be a lot harder to play than I thought. Okay, let's just try to finally beat him because this is starting to really annoy me.
I think we are definitely doing something wrong because every time we take damage that we don't avoid, but I think there definitely has to be a way to somehow avoid taking this damage.
Maybe you're right. But to be honest, I have absolutely no idea what the way to avoid damage here might be. Wait, seriously? It turns out it was enough to just jump to avoid damage. Okay, I thought it would be a little more difficult.
Now that we know this, it will be a little easier to defeat him, and I hope that this will really help us a lot.
In fact, avoiding damage here is not such an easy task because you need to jump exactly when he also jumps. And we died again, unfortunately.
Oh my god, I think we're really gonna have to spend 1,000,000 tries to beat him because this guy is a really tough boss. And I don't think I've ever encountered a tougher boss than him in any game.
Relax, guys! This fight is only so hard for me because you talk too much. Right now I need to focus on constantly watching this boss jump and the boosts appearing in this area.
Oh yeah, I can really imagine how hard it is for you to play this game because the controls are really awful. And by the way, it's funny that the jump button only appeared in this game now.
Yes, I am also very surprised by this fact because it seems to me that this button was sorely lacking in those moments when we needed to jump onto some cars from above.
It seems like the developers of this game decided to add jumping here just to have an excuse for how we can avoid taking damage from this boss. Okay, I guess we just need to keep focusing on not taking damage from him for now and keep looking for boosts here.
To be honest, there are really a lot of strange things in this game, but it seems that they seem strange to us only because everything that happens in this game is too absurd and stupid. I just feel very unusual seeing everything that happens in Subway Surfers in the setting of a horror game.
And it seems to me that everyone likes this game solely because of this, because everyone really loves horror games. And also everyone really loves Subway Surfers.
Okay, we don't have much damage left to do. I think we should definitely finally be able to defeat this boss. I think we just need to find the last boost in this game, and now we'll have to fight off all these dogs.
I think Jax will handle this just fine. He's been doing this for a long time. Wait, seriously? We died again?
Okay, I think this will really be the last attempt because I already know exactly how we need to fight this boss.
And right after these words, you took damage. Okay, bro, I think you really need to concentrate as hard as you can because this boss is not as easy to defeat as it seems.
The main thing is not to forget to jump in time and run up to all the boosts that appear. Okay, we picked up the first boost and dealt him the first 3 blows. Well, I really hope that Jax will be able to do everything as needed now.
I'm actually sure of it because I think he can definitely handle this boss. And by the way, it seems to me that this boss is acting strangely this time because he jumps too often. Maybe he also realized that we already know how to defeat him.
I think he doesn't have such a cool AI because in that case we definitely wouldn't be able to fight against him and he would find a new way to trick us. Okay, we can deal him quite a lot of damage and it seems to me that Jax is doing his job pretty well now.
Okay, now we need to wait for the next time we can attack him. Now there are a huge number of dogs that we need to kill. And after that, we need to take this boost and hit him again a few times.
These little dogs really irritate me because they are really hard to hit because of their size. Well, okay, now I guess we just have to stand there and wait for the next boost to come.
Those little dogs again! Oh my god, they are really starting to piss me off. Well, okay, we picked up the boost again, and we need to do it 2 more times to make sure we beat this game.
And here's the next boost! We need to run to him urgently. Great, we were able to pick him up. Okay, all that's left is to give him the last 3 hits so that we can finally defeat him.
Okay, I thought we could really do this because we still have a lot of HP and all we need is to just avoid all his attacks. But by the way, for some reason this boost still doesn't appear. We just keep jumping here endlessly.
It looks like we're really gonna have to watch very closely now to make sure the last boost actually shows up because it's still not showing up here and that's a real problem.
Maybe we should just run up and hit him now? I have absolutely no idea why this boost isn't showing up here. Oh look, there he is.
Wait, what? We just got a text message on our phone congratulating us on beating this boss. Wow, seriously?
I am very irritated by the fact that this guy insults us very often. It seems to me that he will definitely have to answer for his words because now he is going to run away from us.
He flew away from us with the help of his jetpack. Okay, that was really hard, but we finally finished the first part, and now we move on to the next game.
Seriously? Did someone come up with the idea to make this cute game as a horror game? Okay. Looks like horror game creators are really starting to go crazy.
Are these little trains? Oh, wait. It seems to me that our character is speaking some very strange language.
I don't know what kind of language this is, but it looks very similar to Indian. Well, we got to some door, and here we are shown that we have to leave graffiti on different carriages, and for each carriage color, there is a pattern.
There's some kind of button here. It looks like this button will only open after we've painted graffiti on every train car. Okay, now we need to go and find our spray paint.
It seems that our character has lost it somewhere. Okay, let's go look for it. I don't think it should be far from here.
I think we should turn around and try going the other way. Oh my god, what is that? Wait, seriously? Why are there dead chickens falling out of the sky? That looked really creepy.
Look, there's a red mark on each of the cars here. I think it's there, so we know where we should leave graffiti. Okay, but we can't do that yet because we simply don't have our spray paint.
So far, the atmosphere in this game is really creepy as hell. In fact, I don't really understand what we need to do here, but I know for sure that right now we need to find our spray can of paint so that we can move on.
These red marks are on a lot of trains here, and I think we'll need to put graffiti on each of these marks in order for this button to be pressed. Well, okay, we still haven't found our spray can, but I hope it's somewhere nearby.
By the way, this game has extremely inconvenient controls, and I really don't like them because I constantly have some kind of problems with movement. And the sensitivity of the camera rotation here is really disgusting.
We noticed it because you are moving in the most awkward way. And by the way, look, this is the same car from the game in which we could climb onto other cars. Well, okay, it looks like our can of paint wasn't even there.
I think he should definitely be somewhere nearby. I think he should be in one of these cars. Oh, by the way, look, and here he is. We finally found this spray can of paint, and now we can finally leave graffiti.
In fact, I have already forgotten what kind of patterns we actually need to leave on these cars, but I think we can handle this task quite easily. Okay, now let's look for cars with red markings and leave graffiti on them.
Okay, here is the first carriage and we can draw on it. By the way, it looks like we absolutely don't care what patterns we had to leave. We can just draw on each of the carriages and not think about it.
I hope that it really works like this because otherwise it seems to me that we will have to walk here for a very long time because this location is not that small. There are really a lot of these carriages.
I think that was the last carriage. Now let's try pressing this button. Oh no! It looks like we should have done something else. Okay, maybe we didn't actually leave graffiti on all the carriages we needed to.
We need to inspect all the carriages around. But look, it turns out that this carriage also had a red mark. Okay, maybe now we can go further.
Looks like we missed a few more cars. Okay, I guess we need to go back and try painting some more on them now.
This idea sounds pretty logical. Okay, I think we should really go back and try to explore absolutely every train car in this game.
Look, I found another mark. Okay, I hope this was the last car we had to paint graffiti on. And now we need to go back to that door again and try to press the button.
There are actually quite a lot of these wagons in the game. I didn't think this game would be so difficult for us. Oh no! Looks like we did something else wrong. Okay, I think we should go back and try to find a few more wagons.
In fact, all this time, the guys just continued to wander here and did not know what they needed to do. They did not realize that we could change the pattern on these cars, and each graffiti should correspond to the memo that was painted on the door. So we walked around here for a very long time and were stupid, and we decided to speed up this whole moment during video editing.
Oh my god. I'm really tired of walking here. Wait, seriously? All this time we could have been changing the patterns we painted on these cars? Okay, it looks like that mark on the door was really important. Now we need to go and change the graffiti we left on each of these cars.
It looks like we are really stupid. Well, okay, now let's change all the graffiti that we painted here. I hope that we will finally be able to get through this door because I am really interested in finding out what is behind it.
Okay, I think now we should definitely change all this graffiti and go back. My god, there are really a lot of these cars here. I hope it won't take us too long to change all this graffiti.
I also really hope so because the number of wagons here is really very impressive. But I think that we should cope with this task quite quickly. After all, we are professionals in passing such games.
Okay, it looks like Jax left the wrong graffiti on some of the cars. Well, okay, I guess we should go back and change them. God, I didn't think it would take us so long. But most likely it's just because the controls in this game are seriously the most idiotic.
This is starting to annoy me a little bit. Well, okay, let's change all the graffiti here and try going somewhere else. Oh my god, what just happened? Why did this car start shaking so weirdly? Okay, I think we left all the graffiti as it should be, and now I think we should go back to the door.
I also think that it's time for us to go back because we really changed a huge amount of graffiti here, and I think we can finally get through that door. God, it really took us a long time.
Yes, it really took us a lot of time. But if the controls in this game were a little better, we would have been able to complete this game much faster. Well, okay, it was quite a difficult test, and now we move on.
Okay, we're in the same location as last time. Wait, what's going on here? Is this really Thomas the Tank Engine? Oh no, one of those steam engines hit us. Well, it looks like we need to be careful here and try not to crash into them.
Okay. It looks like this test will be pretty difficult too. The main thing here is not to rush and just try to avoid meeting these little trains, because otherwise they will knock us down. I wonder what awaits us at the very end of this corridor. I really hope that we will actually be able to find out.
I think we can really do this because I can already see the end of this corridor. And by the way, the trains are no longer moving in our direction and now we just have to go straight.
Look, there looks like another door here. There is a button and a combination lock on it. Okay, I hope we find out where we can get this password.
This button says you can't press
numbers?
it. Well, okay, I think we
definitely
really
saw
shouldn't
these
do
numbers
that.
somewhere.
Jax, you're not going to press it, right?
Maybe we should click on it after all? I'm really curious to know what happens. Oh my god, seriously? Some huge heavy metal thing fell on us. Well, okay. Looks like now we'll have to try to get through that train level all over again.
Oh my god, I didn't think we'd actually have to go through this level again. Okay guys, let's agree that we won't press any buttons that say we shouldn't press them.
If we hadn't tried to click on it, we would never have known what it does. And by the way, guys, we still need to find the code password, and to be honest, I don't quite remember what kind of password it should be and how many characters it has. But I think we'll have to go back in order to find any numbers here.
Definitely this password consists of numbers. I think we will need to find this password somewhere in this location. I think we should turn back and try to find this password somewhere in this long tunnel.
And it seems to me that we definitely missed something. I didn't see any numbers while we were getting offended here. I think that we needed to do something before this. But to be honest, I don't really understand what.
To be honest, I myself absolutely do not understand where all these numbers are and where we can find them. But we came back and ran into some huge wall. Well, it looks like this password is somewhere else, but we absolutely do not know where.
So I think that our subscribers will tell us in the comments where this password is actually located. If they like this game, we will definitely play it again, and we will move on to the next game right now.
I still don't understand why the developers make prisons for everyone except me. It seems to me that they don't care about other characters at all.
Don't worry. It will definitely happen someday. Do you even know that bubbles are almost never added as decorations to any game? You are at least a boss in some games, and that's cool.
It seems to me that if the developers had made prisons with all of us separately, it would have been long and tedious. And by the way, we just ran to the button, pressed it, and are now running to the second floor.
I think you're in a bit of a hurry. We just did it now. And by the way, this boss is really moving around as much as possible. It's funny. It's like she doesn't want to catch us at all. She's just walking around the first floor and doesn't do anything else. Maybe she gets paid very little money for her work, and that's why she's lazy.
I think this shouldn't worry us at all. The most important thing is that we finally got to the second floor, and right now, we're heading to the room with the toilets.
Finally, we got to it! Well, I really like the design of this room. By the way, there are absolutely no toilets here. Rather, it looks more like some kind of utility room or something like that. And it's also cool that we didn't have to dig this tunnel because it was already dug.
This location looks really cool. I really like that the developers decided to design it as a nest of the Queen of Gloinks because this place really looks like it. Okay, now we need to jump over all this lava and head straight to the corridor with the stone that rolls.
Here, too, everything is decorated like a nest of the Queen of the Gloinks. And it looks really cool. Okay, I think we will cope with this test pretty quickly. After all, it is not difficult.
We've already done this test a huge number of times. I think Jax would have been able to pass it even if we had closed his eyes or turned off his monitor. Okay, I think we'll now go straight to the second boss in this location.
I am very glad that you really rate my skill in prison escape so cool. And by the way, just look, I am the second boss in this game and it is really very cool. But it seems to me that the developers made me a little unrealistic because I should be even higher.
Bro, I think the developers made you look exactly like you do in real life. Although it's possible that your ears here really aren't as long as they could be.
Okay, guys, let's not insult anyone and just continue playing this game. By the way, we've already climbed the half-destroyed steps, and right now, we're going up the elevator. By the way, all the paintings here look really cool. This looks like fan art.
I am very glad that our subscribers really try and draw us very beautifully. Okay, now we need to drink an energy drink from this vending machine and start our run with energy drinks. By the way, we are running on par with another player, but he has no chance to overtake us.
Yes, this guy really wants to compete with us. But it seems to me that we will still be faster than him because we have already passed such tests a huge number of times and we know the ideal route.
I think he's not even trying to catch up with us anymore because we're so far ahead. Well, okay. We finally passed this test. Now we need to climb up these stairs and head straight to the ventilation.
Yes, we have almost reached it. Well, okay. Now we need to go up this ladder, and then we will go to pass the insanely boring tests that really irritate me in each of these games. But unfortunately, without passing them, we cannot go further.
Guys, I think we should stop discussing these tests with pipes and valves every time, because it is an integral part of this game, and we will always have to go through them anyway. In fact, this test is not so boring. The only thing that irritates me here is the fact that the location of these valves is always the same.
Someday the developers of this game will definitely change the location of these valves, but this will definitely not happen here. And by the way, it's funny that here the developers decided to change the location of the second platform. Well, okay, now we need to go down again in order to run to the third valve, because apparently Jax, out of habit, began to climb up.
Yes, it looks like the developers finally managed to trick us, but these are not the changes we were expecting. Well, okay, all the valves are turned, and now we can head to the ventilation to take the test where we will run with a fan.
Oh, I love this challenge so much. I really hope we really won't have any problems with it. I would especially like it if the distances between platforms in this challenge were quite large. And by the way, we found some secret statuette and got an achievement for it.
We've almost made it here. In fact, we're handling all the challenges pretty quickly today. Only 280 seconds have passed, and we've already reached the challenge where we have to jump over chasms. And by the way, the distance between the platforms here is very small. It looks like we didn't even have to jump, but just stand still and the airflow would have carried us to the finish line without our participation.
Okay, now we need to go up this ladder, and now we make a jump in this wind tunnel. But unfortunately, we couldn't fly there on the first try. Well, okay, anyway, we managed to get to the cafeteria. Now we will fight the next boss.
Oh, just look. It's me. I really like it when developers add me to games as a boss, but I really don't like watching someone throw food at me because it looks a little humiliating. But I understand that it's a game, and that's why it doesn't irritate me at all.
By the way, it seems to me that this boss has a rather strange intelligence. He moves too slowly, does not throw food at us in response, and in general now, for some reason she decided to turn away from us. Okay, it seems that I don't give a damn about us at all. We were finally able to defeat her, and now we are heading straight to the hill along which we will need to run forward.
Okay, now let's just run forward. And by the way, it's pretty funny that in this game we run and don't roll, because usually in all games we have to roll down this hill. And by the way, it's really cool that there was a bug thanks to which we were able to jump straight onto this platform without going up the stairs to it.
I really like this laser challenge because all the lasers are different colors. It really looks really nice. I really like multicolored lasers in general. Well, okay, now we just need to complete this challenge. Wait, seriously? We have a bug that allows us to keep jumping really high, and it looks like we won't even need to install bridges here either.
Wow, look, it's me! It's really cool that the developers decided to make me the final boss in this game. But it seems that in this game, all the bosses are really stupid and very slow. Just look at how strangely I move. Which way am I even going? I don't understand what's really going on with this boss.
Yes, this really does look extremely strange. It looks like your character just decided to go through the corner in some unknown direction. Okay. Maybe this only happened because we jumped onto this platform and his script doesn't specify how to behave in such a situation.
Yes, he really does behave in the strangest way. And by the way, I think we can jump over this fence. But unfortunately, for some reason, there is an invisible wall here. By the way, we easily defeated the final boss, Kane, and were able to complete this game. It's really very funny.
I want to try to get to different strange places in this game. I think I won't have problems with it because I have the ability to jump very high. It's really very cool, but unfortunately it seems that there is absolutely nothing interesting on these balconies.
I think that this is an absolutely useless exercise because there is absolutely nothing on these balconies. These are just static places with invisible walls. And by the way, I really don't like it when developers add invisible walls because I would really like to explore the maximum number of places here.
Yes, it really irritates me too, but it seems to me that Jax will not calm down until he can reach the very top. I think that there is no point in us staying here and continuing to watch this, so I suggest we move straight to the next game.
This guy has a very funny skin. It looks like he has professional yapper written on him. Okay, now we need to run forward on these rails.
By the way, this is the most it's strange that we could never use this attraction, like getting on this train and going forward along these rails.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Jax, wait, did you seriously just get burned by lava? Wow, I didn't think you'd lose such an easy challenge.
And I'm not very surprised by this because it seems to me that this is happening because we haven't played this game for a long time and Jax has already forgotten how to do it correctly.
I hope he won't make such stupid mistakes again. Well, now we need to move along these pipes and then jump on these balls. By the way, I was always surprised that these balls don't burst when we step on them.
I was actually much more surprised by the fact that at the bottom of this abyss, there was some kind of giant, toothy mouth. It's really very strange.
I agree with you. That mouth looks really nasty. Okay, now we need to run through that pipe and run through it so we don't get burned by that flame.
This is not such a difficult test as you may think. Great! We have reached the next checkpoint. Now we need to run forward along these extremely rusty pipes. I am still surprised that these pipes have never fallen down because they look very unreliable.
In fact, not all rusty metal structures are unreliable. It seems to me that these pipes are made of rather thick iron, and that is why they do not collapse at all. Well, okay, we coped with all these tests quite easily, and now we need to head to this strange spiral staircase.
Okay, now we need to climb up this spiral staircase, and I think it won't be hard. I've already practiced going up these kinds of stairs in a huge number of different games, and I get it right the first time every time.
By the way, I also noticed that similar spiral staircases are found in a lot of games, but it seems that this game was the very first to come up with it. Okay, now we need to run forward along this extremely thin rusty pipe. Every time we start to pass a test here, I start to be afraid that it will break.
I think what you should be more afraid of here is that Jax might accidentally fall down because he presses the wrong button. But I think you shouldn't even be afraid of that because he's really a professional at playing these types of games.
I think you should stop praising him so much. He is not such a professional in passing these games. What do you think? And by the way, I think we better change the topic, guys. I hope that all our subscribers have already seen the teaser of the 3rd episode of our cartoon.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that there's finally a new episode coming out because there hasn't been one for over half a year. But unfortunately, our jelly crocodile and I will have to leave you.
What? But why? Guys, you have already become a part of our YouTube channel. Why are you going to leave us? I will miss you very much.
Actually, they will have to leave us because after the 3rd episode comes out, we will have to play games with new characters that will appear in the cartoon. And it seems to me that if there are more than 10 characters here, we will just start going crazy.
Guys, I'm also very sorry that I have to leave this channel, but unfortunately, it's really necessary. And by the way, let's not get distracted from the game. Actually, we just ran away from an evil clown with a knife, but for some reason, no one wanted to talk about it.
Actually, I think this topic was much more interesting than this game. I'm really sad that you'll have to leave us because I think you've already become part of our community. I think if our subscribers ask us about it in the comments, we won't send you away from here.
I think we shouldn't put pressure on our subscribers. They should make their own choice, and if they really like these characters, they will definitely write to us about it. And now, we will just continue to play this game. And by the way, we are already going down into this volcano with the help of this attraction.
It seems to me that this is exactly the middle of the game, but the tests that await us ahead will really be a little more difficult. Okay, now let's get out of this attraction and go forward.
Oh, I remembered those tests, and they really aren't as easy as they may seem. But it seems to me that Jax copes with them surprisingly easily. And by the way, there used to be bruises on those falling blades. But now for some reason they've removed them. Maybe they decided to add censorship to this game.
In fact, it's a children's game, and I think it's right that they decided to remove them because otherwise it could shock some of the children. Well, we've gone through one of the most difficult parts of this game, and now we've entered the portal, and now we need to cross this extremely unreliable bridge.
In real life, I would never jump on this bridge, but our hero has no choice, and now he just has to do it. Well, actually, this strange dimension has always scared me because some inexplicable things happen here.
I still don't understand why these flying things are even here and where they get the fuel to constantly burn. And why are they even needed here? I have too many questions for them.
I think it is absolutely useless to ask such questions in this game because there are really a lot of illogical things here. And by the way, in fact, it seems to me that this game is trying to parasitize on the fear of clowns. Perhaps some children will even start to be afraid of clowns after this game?
I don't think this game is so scary that it would cause a phobia in anyone. Rather, it is fun and even somewhat difficult. In fact, this game is much more difficult than any Barry prison escape, but I think that if someone manages to complete it once, then all subsequent attempts will be absolutely no problem.
It seems to me that Jax has become a professional in this game, and it is quite possible that if there is a leaderboard here, he can easily get there. And by the way, I really like this function with portals. I have never seen such implementations of these portals anywhere. It seems to me that the creator of this game is a real genius.
And I like this game at least because the developers allowed a very small number of bugs. At least I have not seen a single bug in this game, and I really like it. I hope that someday the developers will definitely release the second part of this game.
Okay, we finally got to the very top of this tower, and now we need to go through this portal and jump straight into the mouth of the volcano. And in fact, I don't understand why our character does this so boldly, because I would be very afraid of this.
It seems to me that absolutely any adequate person would not do this. But it seems that in fact the entire dimension we visited before was just an illusion, and now we need to go through all the tests in this scary house. But I think that with these tests too, we will not have any problems because we have gone through them a large number of times.
Okay, now we have to jump over these purple stripes. I think this was one of the hardest challenges in this game because the walls are constantly distorted, and it feels like the distance between these stripes is changing too.
But this test with traps seems to me to be one of the easiest, because the distance between these traps is quite large, and you practically don't even need to jump over them. It's enough to just walk very comfortably between them.
By the way, this test with disappearing platforms seems to me to be a bit more difficult. Okay, we were able to pass it with ease too. Well, now you need to get past these strange rotating stripes, and we will move on.
These rotating strips do not actually pose any danger, but here we need to run along this conveyor belt with a moonwalk. It feels like we are Michael Jackson.
It seems to me that half of our team and half of our subscribers don't even know what you're talking about. But I think it's absolutely unimportant. Now, Clay with the main thing is to just pass this test completely, because this is the very last test in this game before we finally leave this carnival.
Oh my god! Finally, we get to ride this roller coaster! Well, I'm really glad that we finally managed to beat this game, and today, surprisingly, we got through it pretty quickly, and we only died once. This is a really cool result.
And now we need to go to the end of the route on this roller coaster. And to be honest, I would never in my life get on such an attraction because it looks the most unreliable here. And even at the very beginning, it was clear that it was not fully configured.
It seems to me that the character we play for is absolutely fearless. He just goes wherever he wants. Well, okay, right now we'll slide down this hill and fly towards some incomprehensible mountain.
I think that if you in real life someone flew exactly like that on one of the roller coaster cars, he definitely wouldn't have a chance to survive. But it seems that our character is absolutely fearless and he can do whatever he wants. Well, we finally finished this game. Now let's move straight to the next game. Actually, I asked for it. So please, let's not make any claims about this game today and we'll just enjoy it.
Enjoy this game? I think you got something mixed up. It's impossible to enjoy this game. We're just watching this guy in a red jumpsuit shoot poop at this dummy.
I find it extremely strange that in this game this is the main goal. But I think that someone definitely likes it. I don't really enjoy it.
Guys, stop being such bores. This really does look very funny. Just look at this guy's face. I think he is extremely happy with his job.
In fact, I can't look at anything except his ass, because it's what's shown here most often and not in the best light.
Imagine if such a superhero really existed who fought his enemies with the help of poop. I think that would be extremely terrible.
Like, imagine a team that has Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and this guy. I think even Deadpool would be absolutely shocked by him.
It seems to me that absolutely any sane person is in shock when watching what is happening on the screen, because personally, I absolutely do not understand what kind of sick fantasy could have come up with this game.
This game is actually quite old. I think the original creator of this game is currently in a mental hospital, because I can't think of any other place that would help him cope with his sick fantasy.
I really can't believe that we are actually watching all these animations right now. Okay, now we are watching animation number 10, and this is also a pretty disgusting animation.
And now we have clicked on the very last animation. It seems to me that this is just a compilation of all the animations that we have seen before. It looks really funny as possible.
I'll probably never understand why you find all this funny, but apparently you have some kind of specific sense of humor. Although this is not surprising in principle for a creature that likes to lick vomit off the floor.
Oh my god. Why did you remind me of this? I wanted to forget about this sight forever, but now these images pop up in my head again. Okay, this disgusting animation keeps showing on our screen, and I feel like I'm going to puke.
He also sings. God, this is seriously the most stupid. Wait, he's not going to stop at what he did? This guy is seriously nuts. I think people like him should be isolated from society.
I think if such a person really existed in society, he would have been locked up in a mental hospital long ago. But it seems that no one did this. And now that we have watched all these animations in full, I think we should watch a few more.
Oh my god. What's going on here? Is this another guy taking a shit? Oh my god, I think this is even more disgusting than what we've seen before.
Have you seen how disgusting his poop looks? Oh my god! I think it's the most painful thing for him to defecate! Okay, good thing there are only 4 animations and we won't have to suffer because of it.
4 animations? Really? Okay, it looks like it won't be so disgusting. By the way, now he decided to trick the guy